the Escape the Room playthrough, where we will be playing through the game. So let's talk about the move commands first. The move commands are kind of the general commands of the game, because there's 5 different locations in the room, and depending on where you move, depends on what you can do. For example, I can go to the door, for example, and I can do these options at the door. I can inspect the door, which down here it gives a description. I can try the doorknob, which obviously it wouldn't be that easy. The doorknob's locked. I can try and break down the door. Can't. So I leave the door. And then next, let's say I go to the clock. And so I'll inspect the clock, and down here it says, you see a piece of paper peeking out from behind the clock. So that was just an example of me going to the clock and getting different inputs and outputs because of it. Yep, so there's 5 different locations. There's the desk, the clock, the door, the bookshelf, and the painting. Each one has their own specific purpose in the game, and without doing things at one, you can't do things at others. Gonna pass it over to Owen real now. Oh, sorry, Mitch right now. Mitch is gonna talk about the death commands.
So where are we in the game?
Just the death, which you can do whatever. The game's not being played right now.
Okay. So, say if you go to the bookshelf and you inspect the bookshelf, it gives you the output describing which books are on it, and you get the option to remove a book. And inside the book is one of the books is the is a clue to continue the story. So you have to pick the right book, because the other ones are booby-trapped. So if you say, and you have to find the riddle in the clock to find out that it's The Great Gatsby, but say if you pick The Catcher in the Rye, you are killed by a booby trap because the other books are booby-trapped.
So we're gonna restart the game over right now, so that we can go through an actual how to win the game with Owen.
So to actually win the game, but the first step you'd most likely want to do is go to the desk. So at the desk, you could inspect the desk. You see that the desk looks sturdy enough to stand on, also looks possible to move. So all right, move the desk. What would be a logical place to move it to? Remember from before that the clock was high up enough to reach, so you move it to the clock. So you pull the desk under the clock. So you leave the desk, and you go to the clock. The clock, you attempt to reach the clock, and it says, you notice a piece of paper, and it says, you've made this far, old sport. You notice underlying under the words old sport. So that clue leads you to believe, oh, at the bookshelf, you inspect it, and you find out there's 5 books on it, and you know that old sport comes from The Great Gatsby. So you move a book, move The Great Gatsby, and you pull off a list of combination. And the numbers are given here. So you leave the bookshelf, so what place would you have a combination for? The door only has a key, so you can't get it from a key. So the only place you haven't been yet is the painting. So you could admire the art, and it says you don't like it very much, so you want to tear it off the wall. So you tear it off, and now it leaves a safe behind it. So you could either enter a combination or bash face against safe. So since you have the combination, you just enter the combination. It says enter with no spaces, so you enter it. It says you hear a click, and you remove a key. So you leave, and you go to the door, and you try the door knob with the key. There you go. You escape the room, you win the game.
Nice.